you could just have a side hustle and you can say, hey, I want to make an extra $3,000 a month. If you are skilled as an entrepreneur and you know how to sell a product and you can find a market that needs the product that you're about to sell, and you know basic principles like buy low, sell high, meaning you don't even have to make the dang product. You can go buy it over here, sell it over here. In finance, there's a term for that. It's called arbitrage. Arbitrage is where I buy it over here and I sell it over here at a higher price. Literally, I buy bottles of water for $1 at the grocery store and I sell them at the airport for $8 a piece, whatever it is, right? Then you can supplement your income. So even if you love your job, you could still just say, well, instead of asking my boss for a raise, I'm going to give myself a raise because I'm the boss of me. Anyway, I'm the captain of my fate. I am the controller of my destiny. And in fact, when I saw this firsthand in my own experience when I was at Syracuse, um, academia is a really interesting place. I did not know when I thought in my head, I thought that scholars would be like these really wonderfully decent intellectual people that sat around and just theorized on really complex ideas. And good scholars do that. But instead, you have like a whole segment of super petty, like it's like some really, really super hyper intelligent 4 year olds. I mean, scholars can be some of the most petty, pathetic, immature, narrow-minded people that you'll ever meet in your life. It was amazing. I've seen people have big arguments over whose office was bigger than the other person. I saw one guy demand that his wall get moved back a half an inch, or sorry, a half a foot. So he would have the biggest office in the department because that was in his contract, right? That's how crazy it would be. And so every year, one of the big fights they would have is over who got the biggest raise. So the chairman would decide, okay, you get 5%, you get 2%, you get 1%, you get whatever. And they would fight like hell over who got the raise. And I went to my chairman, and he was a very nice man, named Peter Kovios. And I just said, you know, don't worry about it. You ain't got to give me a raise if you want or don't want to. I don't care. I'm not gonna go to meetings and fight people over 2%, 1%. And the reason I said that was because I had a side hustle. I mean, why the hell do I care if you're gonna give me a $3,000 a year raise when I'm making 30 grand a year, 40 grand a year, 100 grand a year on the side? I don't care. I'm like, I'm not gonna fight you over crumbs. And this is powerful because what skill sets give you. This is why it's important to have a standard and see growth up here. Is because when you are expansive in your thinking and you know what's really out there, you know the opportunities that exist for you, then you're not really going to fight people over crumbs. You're going to go from a scarcity mentality to an abundance mentality. And the scarcity mentality, that's what caused the Europeans to come over to Africa and assume that in order for me to get your resources, I got to kill everybody and make you into a slave. That scarcity mentality came from hundreds of years of scarcity, people killing each other for stupid reasons and just really ghetto behavior in Europe. Africa had an abundance mentality. So when you go from a scarcity mentality to an abundance mentality, you're not jealous of your brother just because he's doing well or making more money than you. If you have an abundance mentality, you don't feel somehow that you gotta fight people over nothing. I'm not gonna go shoot you over $50. I'm not even gonna shoot you over $5,000. I'll never shoot you. But you see you see this happening sometimes in our communities. Am I lying? You'll see somebody get shot over $100 in a dice game. That's a scarcity mentality.